Hello, ladies and gentlepants. My name is QBunny, and thank you guys for coming out to the video. I like to say it first because I really appreciate it. We're going to be doing another Shogun replay, and this is Fall of the Samurai. This is my third battle, and luckily I won 3 in a row, so I was pretty surprised at that. Unfortunately, on my Avatar Conquest map, I was only able to unlock a ship. I wasn't able to actually unlock any new units, but you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. But I think my next unit to unlock in terms of infantry is the White Tiger infantry, and I'm not exactly sure how good they are, but we'll find out. So, I believe this is now recording in HD. So it should be a lot prettier for you guys. At least, hopefully, that's the case. So I'm gonna go over my army. I'm gonna go over his army, and then what I tried to do in this game. So. I have got 3 units of Red Bear Infantry, I've got 1 unit of the Matchlock Kachis, and 1 unit of Spear Levies. I like to bring these because I figure people bring more cav, but I keep on surprising myself. I have not seen 1 unit of cav yet. Now, I've played this game more, I'm kind of going back into these replays, and I have seen cav, but I don't know. Maybe you don't bring spears, maybe bring just solid infantry. Or maybe just swords. I'm not really sure about the spears. I figured people bring more cav because cav are a lot easier to maneuver around these infantry. So I also have 2 Yari keys, and as you can see, I'm keeping them in the forest, and these guys are going to stay hidden for most of the game until they come out and do their damage. Let's go check out my enemy. My opponent has brought, I believe, 4 units of Black Bear. Am I correct? Yes, 4 units of Black Bear, and then he's got Bow Catchy in here. Kind of interesting that I brought bows, but you know that they could be effective. They have longer range than infantry, and if you're not in line of sight, the bows can get some hits. So a decent idea by my opponent. So my plan here is to kind of sneak these troops out here. I figured he would obviously go for this dojo. I was going to go for this dojo originally, and then we kind of fight over this one. That's typically what happens. So I was going to keep my cavalry here, and I do believe these men here are not hidden anymore. At one point, he is able to see these men a little bit, and I'm not exactly sure when. So he does know I have cav. This unit stays hidden, so he knows that I have 1 cav at least in here, and you'll see he tries to antagonize me and bring me out into the open to attack his general. When he's got a line of infantry right behind him. So, they're obviously capturing the archery dojo, which is a very good dojo when you have lots of infantry. It lets them reload faster, and it gives them more ammunition. So, as you can see, I did a little bit of messy lines. I meant this unit was originally going to go on top of here, and I thought he could just walk up that, but he was going to have to go all the way around, and I was kind of scared that his archers would get in a volley. So I decided to take him around the long way, because I do want to get on top of this hill. If I march right down in this, I'm going to have the building in the way, and I'm not going to have any cover from the forest in case he comes at me. So as you can see, he's moving his infantry over towards my cav, and you'll see he brings his general over here to try to bait me out to see what I really have in there. These Yariki are hidden again, and these will be very effective. I am a huge fan of cavalry when it comes to Fall of the Samurai. When you have units that can only shoot and are only half decent in melee, cavalry is a must. You got to be able to maneuver around your enemy and keep your enemy guessing and keep their men separated. I always like to get men in the back, so that way I can kind of keep a line that's just a little wary here. If he had spears, he could keep them in the back, but this guy obviously isn't a fan of the old melee, which makes sense. Everybody likes bringing the muskets. They're the new thing, and they're really fun to use. So he's kept this Black Bear infantry here, which I'm kind of glad about. It takes away from his main force, makes him a little bit weaker. I do believe he has captured the workshop, which is going to help him survive. And as you can see, I'm moving my men around this way. Again, this unit tried to go this way. I was able to redirect him for the bows got a shot off. So you're going to see his general keep on trying to get my men out in the open. I do believe they actually get close enough to discover them and take a couple of them out. But I sneak them over here, keep them out of line of sight right here, and they will eventually be a big part of the battle. Cavalry charges are absolutely decimating if you use them right. If you don't, You know, if you waste your cav, which I do in lots of my other games, they're not very effective at all. So there we go. I think, I know he hasn't shot yet. Let's see his volley go into my men real quick. Let's see it. I believe he takes out like 3 or 4 men, so one isn't anything big. I believe it does move closer. Bow cav and fire cav are very, very good in this game. Talking Shogun 2, I believe this is when he gets a couple shots off. Yeah, he moves up a little bit. I didn't want to get too close, and I wanted to keep my men hidden if possible. But he does, I believe, find this one, and then I find that one, and I just have to get the heck out of there. Actually, oh, these men took damage. These didn't. That's kind of weird. But if his general wants to keep on coming after me, you know, I'm totally willing to take him out with my yard key. But again, he's trying to kind of bait me into this line and wants to decimate my cav. So on this flank, I am just reorganizing my line. He doesn't seem to be in any hurry, which seems to be the case these days with Follow the Samurai. Nobody wants to make the first move, so that's typically what I do. Is I make the first move because I have cav and I can kind of keep them on the feet. I believe he keeps his cav here, his general here, and I believe I rush him because if he's gonna keep, I saw his line falling back, and I'm like, hey, I would gladly take out your general, but he does fall back, and I call off the attack. I just like to, with cav, you can also see what your opponent is thinking about doing, how quick his reactions are, and you can kind of figure out what his plan is. Just by doing some cav charges. A lot of times they're just fakes. Like I believe these guys are faced towards me. I could kind of bring my men around here and see what he does here. As you can see, he's brought another unit to face my cav. Not really sure why, because I believe he is moving this unit up. So my cav are doing exactly what I want them to do, serving as a distraction. They're not going to get shot. They're currently hidden, and so they're serving the perfect distraction. So now I'm only up against 2 infantry and 1 bow, which I'm not too worried about the bows. Those things will drop like flies. So I've separated his lines, and he's much weaker now, so I decided to start moving up and to start pushing this attack and get this battle going. So he's either going to do one or 2 things. He's going to keep all these men here and try to fight off my entire army, or he's going to move his infantry back, which I believe he moves this one back but keeps this one here for the time being. And then they'll get a cav rush behind. So you really, really do need cav. Cav is extremely important to separate the lines to hit him in the back. And with less melee infantry in Follow the Samurai, they're much more effective and they're much easier to move around the battlefield because nobody brings cav. Nobody's a big fan of the cav when they can have muskets that shoot, but cav are extremely important. And you guys will see they really kind of mop up this line here. So as you can see, I'm getting a little bit closer. I know I'm not going to give the first shots. Obviously his black bears are now in range, and they're going to take the first volley. So I do lose a couple men, but I do outnumber him, and he does leave this unit out here to get kind of wrecked by all 3 of my lines. Again, let's see his bows. Not super effective. The bows are not the best. But again, I'm leaving my red bear up here to start exchanging fire, and he moves his black bear back over this way. So he's moving all of his infantry back towards the main line, which he should do. He will definitely lose this engagement if he doesn't bring some more reinforcements. But this gives me the perfect opportunity to bring my cav and start manipulating him, start harassing him, start making him worry about these men, because that's what you really want to do. Because I don't want him to fully commit to this. I really don't know how to use my spear levy well. So you'll see most of my battles, there are just cannon fodder. And I'm really not sure the best use for these men when there's no cav. They do rally very quickly, but unfortunately I did leave this matchlock catchy out here kind of unprotected, and I do believe I'm shooting them in the back. So that wasn't very smart by me. But I do get these spears routed awfully quick. As you can see, my cav's coming in here. He's completely unprotected. These men do get off a few shots. Didn't lose too many men. I'm going to crash right into his bowmen and his infantry, and as you can see, they're immediately routing. It does a huge morale. It completely destroys their morale. So here I'm going to continue pushing into his line. These men have totally routed, and his bows are now routing, and so I've completely destroyed 2 of his units with that 1 cav charge. I was trying to get my men out of there and continue into this black bear infantry line, which I was able to do after a little bit, and I was originally going to go for his general, which I do end up getting pretty close to. But as you can see, I've totally destroyed this black bear because now they've taken fire from 2 units while the other units couldn't shoot. My spear levies have rallied, and their morale is pretty stinking good. Their morale comes back really quick. It's kind of nice. My cav, I get kind of hung up here, and eventually I do start shooting at my own men. So it wasn't the smartest, but I do think I was able to get this cav out, or I just rush it back into his infantry. But right now, I pretty much have won this battle. He's only got his general and then 1 line of black bears. They do have quite a few, but he's going to be taking fire from a lot of men. So my cav does get routed, and as you can see now, I'm just pushing up and trying to finish this battle. So I'm really not exactly sure the best use for spear. Maybe just don't bring him at all. As you can see, their morale sucks, and they take a volley and they're dead. But if you can get them close to horses, then then they're great. But that's the problem, is they're very slow, and the horses are a lot of times near the infantry, and so they take massive volleys. So I'm not really sure how to use these spears yet. I'll figure it out. Maybe I just won't use them at all. As you can see here, I am at like a hill disadvantage. This kind of tripped me out. I'm like, why aren't you guys shooting for part of it? Then I was like, oh wow, line of sight, duh. And my men are shooting. Oh, they were about to shoot, and they just shoot right in the ground. So this kind of pissed me off too. This unit rallied really quickly, and so I have to bring my line here. I believe I bring just this line and just mow these guys down. Check this out. Shots fired. Yeah, I wish I had the blood and gore mod. It's pretty stinking cool looking. That's awesome. All right. But now I will whittle this last unit of black bears down with my last 2 units of red, and then he kind of just hides, or he kind of just plays like a hide and seek kind of thing. So I decided to bring my cav and try to finish off this infantry, but my infantry took care of that. And I don't want to lose my general, but I actually do end up losing my general, and I got a little scared at one point, because as you can see, I just lost a substantial amount of men to that volley. And so I rushed them right in to try to do some melee, but as you can see, my men are actually routing. And after this battle, I spent some points and had my general use a gun, because the guns on a general are very effective. They're very effective against cav and whatnot. So right before my general gets routed, I do pop the rally. Without that, I'm not sure if I would actually be able to win this battle. I was a little bit scared, but I wasn't too scared. Once this unit breaks, then his general breaks as well. So it's just a matter of time, really. Look at this. I love this. It's so cool. Just seeing men drop. It's so cool. But yeah, after that, his general routes, and that's pretty much the end of the game. But yeah, great game to my opponent. He was a 4-star, and I am a 2-star, so I did win some battles that I shouldn't have, if you will. They were all ranked ahead of me. These red bears, I'm very, very happy with these red bears. They're the first infantry unit you get, and they are very good at what they do. But anyways, that kind of wraps it all up. Great game to my opponent. If you guys would like to, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys later. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.